Hey podcaster, I'm Tim Wahlberg, your podcast performance coach with another actionable tip so you can sound like a pro and gain more podcast fans. Today's tip, the easiest way to lower your voice. In my last episode, I talked about your vocal workout and I gave you a few simple warm-up exercises that over time will strengthen your voice. I even played you some audio of a Japanese Buddhist monk whose voice was so low and so cool, it sounded like it was digitally altered. I also joked about how years of smoking and drinking can have the same effect, but who's got the time, right? I know. So anyway, there is, however, one simple, easy adjustment you, and I'm talking about men and women here, can do to lower your voice. I'll never forget who taught me this. It was a program director at a radio station I still, to this day, have never met. This was in the early 90s, and I was at my second radio station in my career, looking to move on to my third. So how jocks move around from station to station is not that different from any other career. You apply for an available position, or sometimes you would just send out a tape and resume so you can be in their pile of potential talent when a position does open up. That's right, I said tape. Back then, we'd send out 9x12 envelopes with a resume and cassette tape of your best material from your show. Today, you just email it and attach an MP3 file. The audio was usually around 2.5 minutes, consisting of a few jock breaks, maybe reading of the news, some of your production skills, so voicing and producing commercials. It all depended on the format of your station and the job that you were applying for. I didn't back then, and really still don't, have a great voice for radio. Thank God for my amazing looks. It's the only reason I got the jobs that I did. Back then, it was all about the booming voice. We'd often refer to these guys with low voices as having great pipes. Pipes I didn't have. Gumption I did. I must have sent out hundreds of these audition tapes over my career. I used to buy boxes of 10-minute blank tapes and cases and labels, package them all up, and send them out. One day, I get a reply from the program director in Red Deer, Alberta. I'll never forget what was in this letter. It was a terrible drawing of me talking into the microphone doing my show. It looked like a 4-year-old drew it. The weird part was how accurate he was and wasn't at the same time. He completely botched my good looks, but what he nailed was my mic placement. The mic he drew came down from above. It was positioned about at my eye level and my head tilted back upward talking into it. How the hell did he know this? I wondered if there were like hidden cameras around in my studio. He heard it in my voice. He heard my vocal strain. He heard me facing upward, stretching my vocal cords. In the letter, he went on to tell me that if I lowered the mic to below my chin, I would instantly relax my neck, lessen the strain on my throat and vocal cords, and ultimately lower my voice. But I know what you're thinking. If Lemmy from Motorhead can do it, so can you. But remember, you forgot, he went the booze and smokes route for 50 years. So if you have the time, go for the smokes and booze. But if you don't and want to lower your voice in your next podcast, do what I'm about to tell you. All right, hear this.
This is me talking skyward.
And this is me talking with my chin down.
Okay, for real now. Try it for yourself. It's subtle, but you can hear it. Bend my knees here because I am standing up while I'm recording this, as you know if you've heard in my past episodes. But I'm gonna bend down a little bit and I'm gonna talk upward. This is me talking skyward, pretty much as low as I can go. And this is talking with my chin down. And you can actually get a couple of notes lower. So lower your mic, lower your voice, and sound more like a pro. And I hope that's just the tip you need. If you want to lower something else like your anxiety or fear that you have going into your next podcast, let me critique your podcast. I'll tell you what things you're doing well and what things you're doing great. Then I'll tell you about the things you need to cut out, change, or work on. One-on-one, just you and me. You'll be sounding more like a pro in no time. Check out my coaching packages at podcastperformancecoach.com. I'm Tim Wahlberg. See ya!